Do you actually know what your real investment returns are? Not just the number sitting in your investing app, but what you've made after dividends, fees, and currency movements are all taken into account. Because for most people, that number is either wrong or they don't know it at all. And part of the reason is that your investments are usually scattered across different platforms, maybe a spreadsheet on the side, and there's no single place that actually shows you the full picture. So you end up guessing. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix that using Sharesight, which lets you track all of your investments in a single place. It automatically pulls in your trades from your broker, calculates your real returns, and removes the need for spreadsheets altogether. I'll walk you through exactly how to set it up, how to automate your tracking, and how to actually understand your performance in a way that helps you make better investment decisions. If you're new to Sharesight, it's a portfolio tracking platform founded in Wellington, New Zealand. Today, it's used by over 500,000 investors globally, predominantly from Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Europe, and the US. It connects with over 200 brokers from these markets and supports over 700,000 stocks, crypto ETF, and fund assets from 60 plus markets. So the first step is how to sign up for an account. Sharesight has 4 different plans on offer, depending on how you plan to use the platform. The good thing is that there's a free version you can use forever, which is more than enough to get started and see how it works. If you find value in it, the paid plans unlock a lot more functionality. You can track more holdings, create multiple portfolios, and access more advanced reporting, including things like capital gains and fifth tax calculations. Many New Zealanders and Australians sign up for these reports alone. So if you're looking to sign up to one of the paid plans, I've included a link down below in the video description where you can get 4 months free on any annual plan. So once you've signed up, the next step is to add your first portfolio. Now from the homepage, we need to go to the top right of the screen and click on the portfolio button. I've got a few already set up, but what we need to click is the Create New Portfolio button. From there, we need to give the portfolio a name. Let's do 2026 Demo Account, choose your tax residency. I'll use New Zealand as that's where I'm based, and then a few tax details. For example, our financial year ends in New Zealand on the 31st of March. I like to see compounding returns, I'm an investor, and my marginal tax rate will leave at 33%. We then click Create Portfolio, and our first one has been successfully set up. Our third step is to add investments into our Sharesight portfolio. If you go to the top right, you'll see an option to add investments. When we click in there, we get 3 main options to do this. The first option is probably the most common, and that's to import your trades from your broker. Clicking in there, you can see the 258 brokers that Sharesight currently supports. If you select your broker, let's say Moomoo for this demonstration, you'll get a step-by-step instruction on how to export your trade history and upload it directly into Sharesight. This is the fastest way to bring in your existing portfolio, especially if you've been investing for a while. Above that, there's an easy way to link Sharesight to your broker to automatically pick up your buy and sell trades, and that's through a direct connection. Some brokers like Moomoo and Sharesies directly link in, while for others, Sharesight uses trade confirmation emails. Sharesight gives you a unique email address, and all you need to do is forward your buy and sell confirmations to that address, or set up an automatic email rule. From there, every transaction gets recorded in your portfolio without you needing to touch it. It's what I personally use because once it's set up, it's completely hands-off and updates automatically. Heading back, our second option for adding investments is by uploading a file. Sharesight gives you a template to fill out, and it will use that to populate your portfolio. And the third option is to add trades manually, which is the easiest if you've only got a few investments. You just search for the stock or ETF using the ticker, select the market, and then enter your quantity, purchase price, and brokerage cost. Once you save it, it'll show up straight away in your portfolio. Now, all 3 options work really well for stocks, ETFs, and managed funds. If you've got cryptocurrency, you'll want to add that in as well. At the moment, there aren't any direct integrations with most crypto platforms, so you've got 2 options. You can either manually add your trades, just like you would with stocks, or you can upload a CSV file with your transaction history. All you need to do is search for the cryptocurrency by its code, enter your trade details, and it'll be tracked alongside the rest of your portfolio. So now you'll see I've added a couple trades, a stock, an ETF, and a bit of Ethereum. We can now see how our portfolio has performed. So the first screen we see is the investments overview, which is where all our investments come together in a unified view. At a high level, this gives you a snapshot of your overall position, but you can also start to dig into the details pretty quickly. At the top of the screen, you'll see a graph showing your portfolio value over time. I've just added these investments to this portfolio, but here's an example of another portfolio I'm tracking on the platform. You can adjust the time period depending on what you want to look at, whether that's the past few months, the last financial year, or over the full life of your portfolio. You can also change the kind of chart you see using this drop down here with a few different options. Just below that, you'll start to see a breakdown of your investment's performance. This is where it gets really useful because you can see exactly where your returns are coming from, broken down into the capital gains, the income like dividends, and the currency gains. Here in New Zealand, our dollar has depreciated against the greenback and Aussie dollar this year, so that's been a large component of this portfolio's returns. Returning to our test portfolio here, as we scroll down further, we can see the trades we added earlier. These are grouped by market, here being crypto, Nasdaq, and the New York Stock Exchange. If we had New Zealand or Australian stocks, it would have the NZX and ASX listed here as well. If instead of grouping by market you wanted something else, like currency, industry, country, or even choosing your own, we can do that at the top of the page. So we get a view of the capital gains, the dividends, and the currency gains by individual investment, and the group we've selected. One last thing I'd like to demonstrate here is the benchmarking tool. Often when we create a portfolio of our own, we're trying to beat the market. Otherwise, we may as well have just bought an ETF and spent our time doing something else. So this tool allows us to compare our day-by-day returns against something else, which could be an index, an ETF, or even another stock. Once we select something, it compares our performance to that benchmark. It's a simple way to sense check whether your strategy is actually outperforming or not. And once you have that level of visibility, it becomes much easier to make better investment decisions going forward. The next step is how we can do research within the Sharesight tool. Now, this won't compete with the kinds of research you can do on specialist tools like Investing Pro or TradingView, but it gives us an entry-level view to new investments. In the top right corner, if we pick Share Checker, we can search for an investment like Nvidia. It then pulls up a chart that shows us how a $10,000 investment would have tracked. If we want to change this, we have the option here. The dollar signs are dividends, so it shows us when they were received and the amount they paid. Elsewhere on the page, we can see the current pricing information and a breakdown of Nvidia's returns over the past year. Obviously, the capital gains drove most of it. Going back to our investment screen, we can get even more information about stocks we've already traded. Scrolling down to Apple, we get an even better view on our specific investment returns for the stock. Scrolling down, there's just a wealth of data to drill into. On the left-hand side, some returns data, and on the right, our cost base and dividend information. There's also a tab to the right, which shows our trade and income information. If you're investing in shares or ETFs that pay dividends or perform share buybacks or splits, tracking all of that manually can get messy pretty quickly. You've got to figure out how many shares were added, what price they were reinvested at, and keep everything accurate for tax purposes. Sharesight takes care of all of that for you. It automatically pulls in dividend data and populates it into your portfolio so you don't have to manually enter each transaction. In most cases, it's already correct, and all you need to do is quickly confirm it when it comes through. You can do that at the bottom of the page by just clicking the confirm button for each. It can also be accessed by clicking on the tasks button at the top of the page, so you do this in one go across all your investments. If you are reinvesting your dividends, you can also tell Sharesight that you're part of a dividend reinvestment plan. Once that's set, it will automatically calculate how many additional shares you've received and add them to your holdings over time. You can set this up in the Edit Holdings settings, and from that point on, it's handled in the background. And this is more important than it sounds because having accurate records of your reinvested dividends makes a big difference when it comes to calculating your true returns. If you are based in a country that charges capital gains, it's critical to capture these correctly so you're not overpaying tax when you come around to selling the investment. Alongside the dividend data, you can also save notes about the investment, attach files, and check the latest news from a few different investment news websites. Once you've got your investments in there and everything's running smoothly, the next step is to get access to the detailed reporting. This is where the paid plans really shine because you can get so much value from these. Here you can see all the kinds of reports you can run across your portfolio. Broadly, they fall into three groups: performance, asset asset allocation, and tax. In the performance section, one of my favorite reports is the calendar. Here we can see the key events for the investments in our portfolio, usually dividends. For example, if we look at next month, you can see the dates when I should expect to receive a dividend. So this is useful for determining future cash flow. Heading back, there's also the contribution analysis. It ranks all of my investments according to their returns, so I get a clear view of where I've made the most money or lost it. You can slice and dice this under the group dropdown. So these are two of my favorite reports. More importantly, the tax tab up the top gives us all our tax reporting. As I'm based in New Zealand, I see reports relevant for New Zealand investors. The most important of these for us is the FIF tax report, with most Kiwi investors paying for Sharesight just so they don't have to calculate this by hand themselves. If you're based in Australia, the UK, Canada, or the US, there are two reports you need to pay attention to: the taxable income report and the capital gains report. The taxable income report pulls together all of the income you've received from your investments, including dividends, distributions, and any other payments, and presents it in one place. The key benefit is that it's designed to give you everything you need for your tax return. So instead of digging through different platforms and trying to piece it all together yourself, you can simply generate this report and either use it directly or send it to your accountant. It removes a lot of the manual work and makes the whole process much more straightforward. The second report is the capital gains tax report, which is even more powerful. This report calculates how much tax you would owe when you sell your investments over a given period, taking into account the relevant tax rules. So if you're planning to sell shares, this gives you a clear view of the potential tax obligations. You can also adjust how those sales are calculated. By default, Sharesight uses a first-in, first-out method, which assumes you're selling your oldest shares first. But you can change this to other methods depending on your situation, which can help optimize the amount of tax you end up paying. The summary from this report is typically all you or your accountant need to complete your return, which saves a significant amount of time compared to doing this manually. And that's really the big advantage here. Instead of spending hours working through transactions or paying someone else to do it, you can generate these reports in a few clicks and have everything ready to go. Again, if you do want access to these reports, you'll need to sign up for Sharesight's paid plans. So if you're thinking of upgrading, I've included a link down below in the video description that will give you 4 months free on any annual plan. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to subscribe down below. I've created over 250 videos helping people start investing and grow their wealth. Also, if you want to learn more about how to get started investing, make sure to check these videos out here that can help you make the first step. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to catching you on the next one. Cheers.